Aloha, I'm Asia Iyer. We have an important and urgent call for all of you to participate in testifying in an upcoming Planning Commission meeting. That is going to be on Tuesday, January 28th at 3 p.m. We'll include in the email ways that you can testify. And so we're asking each of you to learn about what's going to be happening at that commission meeting and the best way to effectively testify and so that we can meet our goals. And what these goals are is seeing that the South Maui Community Plan is put forward with this strong and specific language that it has now, that the citizens group that worked, the Community Plan Action Committee worked for over 18 months to put together this community plan to protect South Maui environmentally, to provide guidance for development, to help the citizens participate in how South Maui is going to look over the next few decades. So it's a critical document. It was put together by citizens on behalf of residents of South Maui and on behalf of all of us in the county. We are so lucky today because we're going to have a short presentation brought to us by Lucienne Dene, who is an activist. I'm sure you're well aware of her. She is a strong voice of clarity, of reason in our county, and has done a lot to really provide for the residents of Maui and protect the environment here. So we're excited to have Lucienne share talking points that you can then go on and testify about in this upcoming Planning Commission meeting. Lucienne.
Aloha, Asia, and mahalo for this opportunity for the Pono Network. Yeah, this is really an important issue. It's near to my heart because I spent 3 years of my life as one of those citizen volunteers on one of these advisory groups setting up a growth plan. This growth plan was called the Maui Island Plan, and it was reviewed by a 25-member Citizens Advisory Council that I served on. And we spent a lot of time talking about what South Maui should and shouldn't look like. We heard from hundreds of people. We held a series of meetings in South Maui to hear from people directly. And I really applaud the efforts of our citizens uh, advisory group. The official name is the Community Plan Advisory Group for South Maui. They worked really hard, as Asia said. They took into account the practical experiences that they have in terms of being citizens of Maui and citizens of South Maui. And they came up with a plan that looks kind of like this. I know it looks like a lot of colors on your screen, but their plan had good language about protecting important community infrastructure, about having concurrency of man-made infrastructure, about planning for climate change and sea level rise by not zoning lands for development where they were going to flood. They put in strong language about how policies should be enforced and how they should be expressed with clear language. They used words like shall and require. And now there are efforts, and there's an upcoming meeting on the 28th of January, and there'll be a few more meetings to follow, but this is an important meeting. And these policies are going to be examined. And these policies are important to have strong language. So if you will support, get out there and support the good work that your Citizens Advisory Committee did on your behalf for South Maui, and say, keep the language they came up with. Keep that strong language. Our planning department wants the language to be weakened. They want it to say things like, you shall consider, you shall encourage. What does that mean when someone comes up for a permit? How do you encourage them to actually not wipe out an endangered species or fill in a wetland? You need to tell them that it's required, that what is to be done and what is not to be done. So please support strong language in our community plan. Come out and testify on the 28th. The Planning Commission will be reviewing this for another month or two. So there'll be meetings every couple of weeks. And if you can come out multiple times, please keep here with the Pono Network. We can keep you informed. The more times that the Planning Commission hears that citizens care, the more they're inclined to say, okay, I guess this group was really talking for the community because we're hearing from the community. So your voice matters, your voice counts, and just remember, right now, our community plan says that we can just build 7,000 new units in South Maui. And there really isn't the infrastructure for that. The language that would require infrastructure to be there is being weakened. And most of those units are what's called market priced. And market price units equal tomorrow's luxury homes because people here cannot afford, for the most part, quote unquote, market priced units. So we need to speak up. We need to support the good work done by our CPAC, our South Maui CPAC, your fellow citizens. And please show up on the 28th. The meeting is available by Zoom. It starts at 3 p.m. and we will give you the link and plenty of talking points if you want to get into specific issues in this plan. But your voice is important, and thank you for caring about South Maui's future.